Welcome to Drop in the Kitchen, presented to you by Epic Baller and All Things Pickleball TV. Tonight's guest is, I'll refer to an adage, a pickleball adage. In pickleball, we have this saying, it says, always know that the ball is coming back. And when it's in reference to our guest, it's a definite. It's always coming back. She is an absolute reset button. Like, she resets everything. But more than that, when the game is at its most critical and it's at its most height, she's going to rise to the occasion and bring her best game. In that way, she is a complete ambassador to the game because, one, it's great to be a partner and to have an encouraging enthusiasm and to mean it, but to be an opponent and to push the envelope and push it every point and to be your best is truly an example, because you look at that opponent and you know you have to bring everything you can. But all those things set aside, the most important and the most remarkable and profound thing about our next guest is she truly cares. When she says good morning, you know it's a good morning coming from a place that she's really asking you, how are you doing? When she's saying, hey, good evening, or anything, you know it comes from a place reserved for an energy that's of love, of peace, of kindness. It's truly from the heart. So tonight, this lady could be the mayor of our pickleball community. Everybody loves her. She's just a star. She is just, and then she has an energy that's just beautiful in every way. So, world, Emily Nielson.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. My goodness.
Absolutely. Thank you for being all that you are. Thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for allowing us to meet your beautiful family this evening. This show is taped in front of a studio audience. No, but thank you for your time this evening. It's been great to get to know you. Let's talk about your story and let's tell the world why you are the amazing person you are. So it all starts with great parents. So Em, if you'd be so kind, tell us about your parents.
Sure. I do have great parents. I will say that. So my dad, Kent Phillips. So I'll start there. I grew up in Morgan, Utah. So it's a little north of here. But yeah, so my dad loved sports, like loved sports growing up. And so I just grew up watching him love sports. And he was just really amazing at working with me and working with my siblings. Like if we wanted to go shoot hoops, if we wanted to go, throw the ball in the backyard or whatever, like he would take time. He would take time to come and do it with us, and he would take time to teach us technique. And he always I'll just throw in some extras. Like something that my dad is really good at is when you're just doing something with him, he'll just like throw in these little nuggets of wisdom, just like these little life lessons. And like that always stood out to me. Like he always did teach us, like if you really put in the time, if you really put in the effort, you'll get where you want to go. And that definitely hit home with me and like just stuck with me through all the years. So, he was a really good athlete, played actually a year of college football. He actually had this high school rushing record that stood for 50 years. Wow. He had, I think it was like 51 years that it stood. So I know, it's like amazing, right? Awesome. And so, he set it in like 1958, and then it got beat in like 2009 or something. And it was like 434 yards rushing or something. Anyway. Okay. So anyway, super cool. So, but my dad, not just with the sports stuff, but my dad is also like a really good community member. Like I absolutely remember growing up having people come up to me and say, well, just so you know, we were going through a hard time and your dad slipped me a little money, or, just a lot of things. Like people would come talk to me about how he'd helped them or things that he had taught them. I have a neighbor who my dad took us all skiing, and she had never been skiing before. And she, to this day, will come up and say, your dad changed my life when he took me skiing. And so he cares about people. Like, if anything, I've watched him growing up, like really caring about other people and taking time for other people. So, I mean, that's
awesome.
That's probably where that all came from.
So it takes two. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interject.
Oh, yeah.
But it takes two. If we
Yeah.
can, I don't mean to interrupt if you're
Oh,
going to
no,
speak about your mom.
it's good. Sure.
Yes.
So my mom is like so soft-spoken, so gentle, and so opposite of me. Like she's an introvert, like is happiest at home, tucked away with a book, with her Coke, you know. But she worked really hard when I was growing up. She was a mail carrier. She delivered mail 6 days a week. And, you know, in Morgan, everything is super rural. So her route was like 100 miles a day. So it's just a lot of hard work, and there's like no days off except Sunday. And she did that, I think, for like 31 years. So, you know, she just like did that day in and day out, and that's super admirable. And, you know, I would definitely say she's a lady. She's very feminine. I feel a lot like a tomboy compared to her, actually. But, you know, she loves me and accepts me for who I am. And she's always happy to talk if I need to talk. So, yeah.
So we come up in similar times. We're the similar age group.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little glimpse of you as a young person, or how things were?
Yeah.
In a way, please.
Yeah, I'd love to. So Morgan is this small town, right? And I feel like, excuse me, I feel like I still got raised in that window of time where we could just go off and do whatever we wanted, like all day long. And our moms were just like, come home for dinner. And they didn't know where we were. And they didn't care. And they didn't think about us, I don't think, the whole time we were gone. Yeah, so I had a lot of freedom and I had a lot of independence. And, you know, I mean, my friends, we just roamed. I mean, we roamed and we explored things. And I grew up really like a couple hundred yards from the Weber River. And I jumped in that river all day, like every summer, like every day. I mean, we had rope swings, we had 2 bridges we jumped off. And I mean, my poor mom, the laundry, like all the wet towels, all the wet clothes, all the wet everything, like day after day. And she just did it. And anyway, but yeah, I felt like I had a lot of freedom and I loved it. Like I really loved that. And I felt like actually like growing up where, you know, kids are organizing everything, kids are figuring everything out. We're kind of on our own. I think it's good for kids.
Absolutely.
I wish it was more like that for my kids. And I think they have a good life, but I did love that. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. I did too. Definitely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your family dynamic today. You have a beautiful family.
Thanks.
And if you can just shed some light on them.
Sure. Yeah. So I am married and just had my 27th anniversary.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Thank you. So met my husband up at Utah State. His name is Greg, and he's like an engineer, a scientist. So he has his own business. He rents some lab space from BYU and gets projects and does joint projects with BYU and a lot of government agencies and stuff like that. And so we actually got married and then moved to Boston. We lived there 6 years and then Albuquerque for 11. So we were gone a long time from Utah, and then came back home, wanted to be closer to family. And and so I have 7 kids and my oldest is 25 and my youngest is 6. So she just went to kindergarten. So I've been in this mothering business like a really long time and I wouldn't change it. Like that's the best thing I've ever done with my life. Love my kids, super grateful for my husband and love him. And, you know, it's all a lot of work, you know, like raising kids is a lot of work. Marriage is a lot of work. But I'm super grateful for how committed everyone is. And, I don't know, I feel like we're a good crew, you know?
27 years of it is that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's work, and it's beautiful to see the work that you guys have put in, because you guys are surely a beautiful example of a family. So just appreciate that.
Thank you.
With all work faith.
Yeah.
It's an important part to all of our lives. Tell me about faith and what it means to you.
Sure. So that's a deep question. And I would say, so for me, I was raised in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. My parents were strong members growing up, and I would say what really launched my own personal faith journey was my folks actually got divorced when I was around 12. And at that time, I had to dig deep. I'd been taught that if you pray, that if you read scriptures, that God will be there for you, that he'll help you, that he'll answer your prayers. And like, I needed that then. And so I would definitely say it was then, like, I found him, and I want to say he found me. He already knew where I was, right? But like, I found him, and that created a bond. I created a bond with him at that time in my life that honestly I've never looked back. Like, that was a deeply moving experience to have him succor me during a difficult time. And I'm so grateful. And it definitely set me on a certain trajectory for my life. Always feeling close to him, reaching out to him, looking to him for help with everything as I've gone through my life. And that kind of set the foundation, that, and, being raised to go to church and to do all those things. So,
with that being the foundation of your faith, let's go back to what set the foundation for you as an athlete, because pickleball brings together a lot of different tangibles in different sports, and it brings them all together into one. You are a natural, like, the way you move, the way, your backhand, your forehand, all those things seem to be natural. Tell us about what's some things that you did as a young athlete, or some games that you played, or some things that have brought you, because you are a premier player here in Utah. What are some things that made you, like, have all those gifts, or have brought you, like, or intangibles for those gifts today? What were some of the early things that you played, and some of the things how you were athletically earlier?
Sure. I think I got a little bit of my dad's genes, so that helped a lot. But then being raised around sports was helpful. So I loved soccer. Like, I loved soccer growing up. And at that time, I'm old, and so there were not, like, girls' soccer leagues. So I played soccer, pretty seriously up until high school. And, we had a league around Utah, and there were, I think, 3 girls in that. And I was one of those, so that was fun. And then, I don't know, like, when I got to high school, I just was more interested in other sports. And so I played, and like, when you grow up in a small town, like, if you're kind of athletic, you can play more than one sport, feel like you can kind of play a bunch of them. So I played, I did cross country in the fall, and I played basketball in the winter, and I did softball in the spring. So, I just kind of did all of that, but I never played a racket sport at all. Like, anyway, when we get into the pickleball part, like,
well, you've segued
I knew
nothing. Great segue.
So,
how did you find this great game that we love so much? How did you find it? Or did it find you? Because some of us, it finds us, and we are just...
I would say that it found me, although I was not that willing in the beginning. So, like, the ladies in my neighborhood were like, Emily, you've got to come play pickleball. Like, just come try it. And I just was like, that sounds really stupid. It's a weird name, and I don't understand what you're doing, and I knew nothing. And they're like, just please come. So they probably asked me for 4 months before I finally was like, okay, I'll just come one morning.
Shouts to the ladies. You guys.
I know, right? They, like, changed my life. I owe them big. But anyway, and they were just playing at our church, like the local church close to us. And so I went, and they said, we have paddles, and I'm like, what are paddles? And anyway, and I went and I played one morning. So this was, I think it was February 1st of 2020. So just over 5 years ago. So I played with the ladies that morning, and, like, I am telling you, almost from the moment I started, I was like, this is fun. Like, this is so fun. And so I played sports growing up, right? But then I became an adult, and like, sports don't work that great when you're raising 7 kids. And that part of me I thought was over. That whole athletic side, I thought I'm just not, that was what I got to do when I was young, right? So anyway, so when I played that one day, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I went home, I walked through my front door, I saw my husband, and I said, I want this in my life. I want this, like, starting now, something has changed. And so, I've never looked back. And so, it went from like playing like for an hour with the ladies to 2 hours a couple times a week to then, the progression. And then before you know it, you're playing 18 hours a week or something, or like 6 days a week. Like,
oh yeah,
you just keep going. And, there's the whole addiction phase, which I have absolutely gone through. And like, it's just, it's the best sport on the planet, in my opinion. So
I love baseball. I have to, but yes, pickleball.
There are other good sports. There are, but now I've forgotten they exist because I only play pickleball.
So pickleball is unique. It's uniquely, it has something that no other sport has. And baseball, even though I've had so many relationships because of baseball and basketball, but pickleball provides a social element that is outside of its own. And you are, I think that's one of your best traits. You're able to meet someone as a partner wherever they are and encourage them. Pickleball creates a social environment. Once you become like smitten by the game and you play it daily, we see each other so frequently, time and time again. You build relationships and asking how you're doing. Can you tell me a little bit about the social aspects and how that, no matter what walk of life, wherever you are, it's a beautiful, like, amazing community that pickleball is.
It is. That is hands down one of the most incredible aspects of pickleball. The pickleball world is, you can have 13-year-olds playing with up to 75-year-olds, every demographic, every race, everything. And it is just a blast. And I don't even know how to go into the social part of it. It is so meaningful to me. I absolutely love the choices I've made with my family. But it's been time consuming, and like, there's just been times I would say in my life where I am a serious extrovert, if you can't tell. I really love like chatting with people. I love seeing people. I love all of that. And like pickleball, it's like when I found pickleball, that exploded for me. And it just like seriously like filled in so many nooks and crannies of my soul that needed it. It's just, it came along at a really good time in my life that really helped me out. So anyway, I can't say enough about the friends that I've made, the support that I've felt, personally. Like, a lot of people have gone out of their way to take me under their wing, to guide me, to coach me. Just so many good friends, so many great acquaintances. And as you know, like the pickleball scene, the pickleball world, like it's full of the best people.
Yes.
Just so many great people.
With that being
I could
said,
probably talk for 20 more minutes about that, but I'll let you go.
let's give reverence to why you're here. There's so many amazing people that you meet. And again, you stand out among all the great people that we meet with your energy, your spirit, your fever to play the game, your enthusiasm. All those intangibles are examples to us all. I speak for many people that say we definitely appreciate you. The evolution of pickleball, like getting better and better. What are some of the things about you that are set you apart from everybody else, that if you understand that make you better than a lot of people that are partners?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I've had a lot of really amazing partners. So I guess maybe I'll just speak to what I love to play with, like what I love to have in a partner. And I guess what I try to do to be a partner. So I I absolutely play my best when I am playing with people who are really positive. And if I make mistakes, I don't feel like they're getting upset at me. So I guess that for me as a partner, I just try to like buoy them up. I mean, like nobody plays better if like they feel like their partner's mad at them. And honestly, like I make a million mistakes too. Like we all make mistakes. And so I guess I want to be a good friend to them, and I want to be a good partner to them, because you're with these people on the court and you're with these people off the court. And like how great is it if you're mad on the court and then you want to be friends off the court? Like that doesn't make sense to me. So I care about these people. These are people I like to be around and I like to have friendships with, and I want to be a good partner to them, and I want to help them feel comfortable playing, and I want them to play their best for their sake and my sake, right?
Yes.
And so I don't know. I guess that's probably just what I would say about that. Is I just want to really let them know, like, I care about you more than how you're playing right now. And if you're having if you're on fire, that's awesome. If you're having a hard time, I understand. Like I go through my plenty of ruts myself, and I just want them to know that, like, I'm just here. Like, I want to play with them regardless of how they're playing, and I'm glad I'm with them, and I'm glad we're playing this flippin' awesome game.
Yes.
So
you are highly decorated. You got quite a bit of hardware and accumulate them around the tournaments of this area. What do you see like in the short-term future for you as a competitor?
That's a good question. Honestly, I've definitely seen my my goals evolve over time, and kind of what I'm looking for in pickleball, and like what feeds my soul in pickleball. So I feel like I've kind of come to three things. Like, for my pickleball world to all be in order, I have to have three things going on. So one of them is like good competitive play. That's really fun. Like, that's one thing that I feel like I have to have going, with people that I really enjoy playing with. Like, that's a big part of it. And then, so that's the second thing. And then I would say the third thing is that I'm improving. Like, I just always want to have something that I'm working on. So that said, it's been interesting because I've definitely gone through periods of time where I'm like, I'm going to get so serious and I'm drilling every single day. And I'm not saying I don't drill. Like, I do still drill, and I actually really enjoy it. It's kind of therapeutic. But like, I've had periods of time where I feel like I've gotten my balance out of whack for me personally. And it's different for everybody, right? But I've gotten like my balance out of whack, and I'll sometimes get like super serious. And I kind of start realizing when I do that too much, like I start kind of losing the joy of pickleball a little bit. Like, I lose the joy in the journey, and then I start finding that the journey feels kind of hollow if I kind of go down that road too far. So I guess what I've found is, like, I really like to push myself, but I have to be having fun. Like, and I have to be playing with people I enjoy playing with. Like, all the trifecta. That's the trifecta for me. So tournament wise, like I do really enjoy competing. And so I try to do tournaments, like, I don't know if it's like every month, but at least every few months I do.
Yes.
And I just like to just go and see how I hold up. Like, how can I do? So I'm always super grateful when I get asked. I get kind of shy about asking other people to play and be my partner, but definitely when I get asked, I'm like, I'm in, let's go. But it's fun. Yeah.
So holding up, there's some women that hold up this area really, really well.
There are some amazing women players.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's go to the top. I've seen you at Salt Palace when we were watching the pros about a year ago. Mm-hmm. We're on the cusp of Red Rock.
Yeah.
We have the queens. We have Callie, Meg, Etta, Elise, and Elise teaming up at Red Rock.
Awesome.
Going to see that. Oh, can't wait.
Yeah.
But talk to me about those women and what they embody and how they are like just amazing in the community, and how they just are like the forefathers of our women's pickleball, I guess you would say.
Those ladies rock. Like, They are amazing. And I think all of us are just rooting and rooting and rooting for them.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all so nice. I mean, we're
Absolutely.
like spoiled rotten here. We go play at the club. We see them there practicing. We talk to them like their parents play. I
Yes.
know Callie's mom. I know
Yes.
Elisa's parents. And like Etta used to play at Art Die with us, And like back in the day, I think she'd been literally playing for 2 months and she was like killing all of us already. But like those ladies, we all respect them. We
Yes.
are all rooting for them. They are all
love.
big hearts
We love
to
you
all of
guys.
you.
Absolutely.
They're great moms, wives, community members.
Yes.
Like they're just, they're the bomb. They're the bomb. Super thrilled for all of them. I just wish them the best in every way.
So, people that want to wish you the best and know you through many seasons and know you in your greatest light, we're going to give them the floor at this moment to tell them exactly who you are to them.
Hi, super excited and honored to talk a little bit about my friend Emily. Emily Phillips Nielson. I have known her since the 6th grade. We became friends in Mr. Flagg's class, solidified, and we've kept in touch all these years. We went to college together at Utah State. We went separate ways as we moved on and got married. She moved out to Boston. I moved to Minnesota, where I still live. And we've managed to remain friends over phone calls. We've taken some girls' trips over the years. We try to meet up anytime I'm in Utah. And, she comes back to visit here a few times. It's just great. Emily is one of my very best friends. She has been a critical example to me all of my life. You're honoring her and recognizing her for her pickleball skills, which she has dedicated her life to the last several years, and found a critical piece for herself while doing it. Emily's always been great at sports. She's always great at anything she puts her mind to. She has, owned a couple of small businesses, done some kind of entrepreneurial stuff, and she's just amazing in everything that she does. And on top of that, she has this infectious magnetism. It's the Emily magnet. She's just got this joy about her, and you want to be around her. And even though she has determination and grit and hard work, she works hard, she plays hard, she has just a natural joy and happiness that makes you want to be with her. And when I'm around her, I just feel so happy. We've had so many great times, so many laughs, and I love her to pieces. She is the best. So, Emily, you go, girl. So, love you.
Hi, my name's Haley, and Emily and I have been friends since 4th grade. So it's probably been since we were like 10 years old. It's crazy to think all the time that's passed, but so many great memories of you. You're such a great person. Some of the things that I think make you stand out is just your positivity and your determination and your kindness, the thoughtful ways that you really put a lot of thought into things before you say things, because you never want to hurt people's feelings. And I love that about you. I love pickleball for you because you are incredible, and I've seen you through the years really have a good sense of balance in your life, and that's an inspiration to a lot of us moms who need to prioritize a little bit more our health and our mental health as well. So I'm proud of you for going after what you love and doing such a great job at it. So many memories that I have of you. It's hard to wrap it all up in a few words, but you are an inspiration, and I just adore every single thing about you. Go, Em.
Hello, I'm so glad to have the opportunity to talk about my friend Emily. If you can't tell, I'm here at the Grand Canyon, which is actually a perfect place to talk about Emily, because she is a person that has a breadth and depth that you would never, ever know, even as awesome as she is. We went on a trip to Hawaii a couple years ago, and what do you do in Hawaii, right? You lay on the beach, you go do all these fun things, and Emily brings out her pickleball book. Oh, I just wanted to study some moves. And she also found a local pickleball court and went and played with people in Hawaii. So pickleball is just in her blood. It's part of who she is. She excels in it, but this isn't the only thing she excels in. She's a mother. She is a musician. All the things that she does, she touches with a little bit of magic and a ton of hard work and dedication. Thank you, Emily, for being a great example to all of us.
We also have these sentiments shared by your friend Scott Gore. She said, when I started playing pickleball several years ago, I was terrified of Emily because she was so good. Anytime at early morning drop in, I was able to make my way up to the top courts and play with the better players, I would just fall apart until one day Emily told me, don't worry about it. It's just a game. And it's that positive attitude that just makes her awesome. She's always smiling and positive to everyone. How she juggles being a mom of 7, a wife, and working and playing pickleball, I will never know. She's an awesome pickleball player and an even better person. I would give anything for her backhand. The world needs more Emily Nielsons. If the world was a duper rating of nice people, she would definitely be a 6.3 or 6.4.
My favorite thing with my mom, when she went to pickleball, I wanted to not play pickleball because she was playing pickleball, and so I just sit down and she let me play on her phone, and there's blankets on top of me, but they're not like on top of my head. Love you, Mom.
Some things I really like about my mom is she's super nice. Like, so she's always there for you. And like, I really like to do lots of different stuff, and like, she's always interested in like whatever it is, and like, she'll engage in conversation about it, even because I love talking about it, that kind of stuff. So yeah, love you, Mom.
So tell me some things you like about Mom.
So some things I like about Mom is that she'll always make funny jokes, and she'll like play with us at bedtime. It's pretty fun. She'll like throw us on her bed. It's pretty fun.
That's fun. That is way fun. Yeah. What do you think about Mom playing pickleball?
What I think about Mom playing pickleball is that I think she's pretty good at it. I'm glad she does it because she has fun when she does it. She supports a lot of things we do that we like to have fun with, so it's fun for her to play that with her friends and stuff. So
That is fun. What do you think? Do you think you take after Mom with sports? Like, how do you take after Mom with sports?
I think I take after it a lot because I like to run. Mom's pretty athletic, so that gives me a lot of it. And I also like soccer and basketball. She was really good at basketball when she was a kid. She still is pretty good at basketball. Yeah, I think she did soccer, maybe.
She did. Okay, when you're old and married and have your own kids, what are some things that Mom does that you think you would like to do with your kids?
I definitely want to try counting to 3 kind of thing, you know, like 1. Then the kids are like, and then I want to like make a lot of yummy stuff. And she takes us out a lot on like fun activities. Like we'll plan out our week. If it's like spring break or Christmas break, she'll like usually have a family meeting on the couch. She's like, okay, what do each one of you want to do? And then we each kind of get like what we want to do. I want to do that.
That's fun. That's fun. Okay, do you have like when you were maybe little or sometimes in your life that like you had fun memories from Mom or like fun stories? Something funny she did or something that she did that was really like special to you?
Well, some fun memories that I remember with Mom when I was like a little kid. I remember we were playing in the front yard with snow, and she was filming us, and a garbage truck came, and it was taking our garbage, but it honked, and it scared me so bad. I just started running to her. It's pretty funny. I used to feel awkward about it because Christian would make fun of it, and then I was like, oh. Now I'm like, I think it's funny. And then I also remember a video of her, like, of me walking in this house, like the first time. So that, I remember that. And then I also like it when I was littler. She would play with me a lot and, like, take care of me when I was sad and all. I think I really love about Mom is that she's so kind to other people and us. And, I love it when she just makes us laugh and have a fun time. And I love it when she just makes jokes. I also love when she, just like, it's hard to explain, but she will just like be there for you, you know? It's one thing I love about her, and I love how athletic she is.
Okay, how are you, Abby?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great.
I'm good.
All right, so let's see, we're going to talk about Mom for a minute.
Okay.
All right, so tell me what impresses you about Mom.
She's really hardworking, I feel like. But, like, she still, like, has a lot of fun and stuff because, you know, obviously having 7 kids is a little bit of work. But, like, I don't know, she takes care of us and she, you know, drives us to all our things and helps us get what we need for said activities. But then, you know, she still makes time to clean the house and feed us. But then, you know, obviously play pickleball and all the things like that. Has her own job.
That is right.
Yeah.
Like if there was one particular characteristic of Mom, what would it be?
Probably
particularly impressive.
Just like optimistic. Like I don't know. I feel like she's always looking up.
Looking out.
Looking up.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. And what are some fun memories? Like stories.
Oh, one time. Oh wait, that's illegal. I shouldn't share that one. I don't know. Every year, because we have the same birthday, we'll always like go out and you know like get some food. I think she chose last year, but anyway, that's not the point. But you know, we'll always go get some food and then go watch a movie or go mini golfing or I don't know, something fun like that. And that's just been fun every year because we just get to try new things and eat food.
When you're older and you have your own family, what is something that you would like emulate from Mom?
Probably just making sure that like while, you know, like obviously we have to clean and stuff, we'll still go out and like do fun things and, you know, go to the park and go play games and just make sure fun things are going on too.
Mom's good at fun things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, what would you like to tell Mom? Like, what's a statement or like what would you like to tell her?
Probably just I thank her for all the things she does. Thanks, Mom, for making sure, you know, we're all having fun and happy and getting everything we need. You do a lot for us.
Okay. Hey, Maddie.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Grand.
Good. Okay, so tell me about your mom. What do you like about her? What's special? What's unique? What are you impressed by?
I love that she always has a lot of energy, and she's always just kind of going at everything, like 100%, like pickleball or her business or the projects she's got going on or just anything she's excited about. She's always 100%, which I think is a really cool example to learn from.
Awesome. And do you have like a special story that you remember?
Well, I remember when we were redoing the front room, last year, and it was so fun. And we came down for Christmas or something, and she didn't really have like a plan for the front room, but she just wanted to get going. And I was like, we'll just go to Lowe's and we'll just look, just for fun. And then we got down there and she saw what she wanted and she had this whole vision in her mind, and we just busted that thing out that night, and it was so fun. And then we got all the furniture and it was all done within like 2 days, and it looks great. And that's a really fun memory, I think.
That is a fun memory. What was Mom like when you were a little kid?
Well, a lot of energy still, definitely all the time. We were homeschooled when I was a little kid, and so we just kind of got to hang out all day, which was really fun. And we I remember she'd get really excited for our different subjects that we were going to do and different projects that we were going to do, which made it easy for me to get excited about them. And she would help me pick out the projects we were going to do, and like books we were going to read for school. It was always really exciting when we had to pull out the list of books that I was going to read for my next book, and we got to talk about which ones we were going to read next. That was always one of my favorite things. And just kind of exciting every day. You never know what you were going to do, and it could be a fun adventure or just to be a quiet day in, which was nice too, and I liked that.
That's fun. All right, is there something you'd like to tell Mom especially?
Well, just thanks for your great example. I love that you're my mom and that I can call you and get excited about things I'm excited about, even when it's kind of random stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I just love the energy.
All right, Brendan, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Doing good.
Doing great.
Doing great. All right. So tell me about Mom. Tell me some characteristics, things that you like about Mom.
Mom's a real go-getter, you know. She's always found a really good way to balance what she wants to do while also supporting the needs of, you know, the kids and everyone else involved in her life. You know, she's up super early. I get up early for work, and usually she's already gone by the time I'm just getting up. You know, she's off pickleballing, and then she'll be back when it's time to send people to school or whatever. And yeah, just really good at chasing what she wants and doing it in a way that's balanced.
Awesome. And tell me, like, what was it like growing up? Like when you were a little kid, what was Mom like?
Mom was really supportive. You know, all me and my siblings never turned out alike, and we all had our own interests that were all over the place. And you know, Mom was really supportive, even if she wasn't the biggest fan of, you know, what we were up to. She found ways to bond with us over it and show interest in things, even if it wasn't necessarily her favorite. And yeah, that was cool. It was cool.
Cool. So when you're like old and married and have your own kids, what are some things that you would like to do similar to Mom? Like when...
I mean, it's that balance, I think, you know, of you know, chasing what you're really interested in yourself to keep yourself going, but also sacrificing things for everyone else in your family, you know, allowing people to depend on you. It's really admirable.
Is there a special story that you remember from like your life when younger or older that you'd like to share?
One of my interests has always been in animals and training animals, and so when I was 15 or so, I was looking into a sport called falconry. It's really fun training birds of prey, and I was just getting into it, but I couldn't drive yet, and you need a sponsor to progress in that sport. And so someone reached out to me online, and Mom was willing to drive me way out there, and she came and you know, met the falconer I was supposed to meet, and we held the Eagles and got to work with them a little bit, and that was a lot of fun. And, you know, Mom's never necessarily been super interested in that kind of thing like I am, but she was more than happy to take the time out of her day to make that happen for me, and it means a lot.
Yeah, tell me more about that. Like, what did that mean to you? Like,
you know, that experience was one of the base experiences that allowed me to succeed to the degree that I did in that area. You know, support from her is kind of ever present throughout all my hobbies and interests. You know, even now, even though I'm less dependent, she still shows a lot of interest, and she's happy to try and bridge any gaps between our interests and stuff, and it's a lot of fun.
What would you like to tell Mom?
Well, Mom, we all love you. We're happy that you found a sport you love so much. It's super exciting that you get to spend your time doing that, even if it is so early in the morning. Thanks for being a great example, and keep up the good work. Thanks for everything, Mom.
So I'm on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I'm Emily Nielson's son. And so basically talking about all the things that my mom has done for me. She's just the best. She's just awesome. She's shown me how to make progress, how to be humble, how to work through problems and stuff like that. And so, she's been a role model. And like, the closer I've followed my mom's example, and my dad's example for that matter too, but talking about my mom, she's led me to the life I want to live. And she's always been right, you know. People make jokes that she'll be right, but my mom is always right. And, you know, in some ways, she's the best friend I'll ever have for it. So, so anyway, she's also crazy good at pickleball, but you already know that because she's on the podcast for that. So, there you go.
Hi, I'm Emily's mother. And of course, I am so proud to even have a couple of minutes to brag about her, because I've been bragging about her a lot her whole life. Emily just dives into things that she loves, and she gives it everything she's got, and loves the competition, loves to be out and about around meeting new people and starting new things in her life, like piano lessons, and she has a beautiful voice and has sung in many choirs, and was so dependable and on the ball in school. Never had to worry about would things come home that I needed to see, or was her homework made up? Always made up. Caught up in all of her classes. Anyway, I appreciate being able to have a minute to tell her how proud we are of her, and how much we have loved her and enjoyed watching everything she does. Thank you.
I'm Emily's dad, and it was very fun to have a daughter like her. We all like sports, and she likes sports, and we'd play basketball in the wintertime out on our driveway, and we'd play till our fingers were so cold we had to go in. But she was always very dedicated, and one thing I'll always remember, when they went to the state tournament, their coach gave her a place to play on the team to shoot 3-point shots, and she made the first 2 or 3 shots that year, and they put it in the newspaper. And she liked to play softball, and we would go over to the ball field, and I'd throw balls to her and she would hit them, and I'd hit balls to her, she'd field them. She was a second baseman. Played that for 2 or 3 years in high school and did a very good job. Anyway, we used to go backpacking a lot, and Emily would, just when she was really little, she still would go, and I'd always make them pack something, even if it was just their coat, and I'd take the sleeping bag. But she learned how to build fires. She learned how to make tinfoil dinners. She knew how to go fishing. She knew how to do a lot of that stuff and never complained, and I loved that in her. And later on in her life, when she was a young woman's, in the young women's program, they put her in charge of going camping. And she was able to teach a lot of those young girls what to do, how to go out camping and not get wet, enjoy their life out there, whether it was raining or snowing or walking in the mud. She knew how to do all of that and how to enjoy a good time no matter what happened. And one of the things I really enjoyed about Emily, she was a young lady that we never ever had to really worry about. She had very good friends, and she still has those same friends today, and they'll fly thousands of miles just to get together once or twice a year and enjoy their friendship that they've had forever. And they've just always been outstanding young ladies, and I'm proud of that.
Hello. Let's see, I'm making this video about Emily to share with you for her interview. It's really a pleasure for me. I'm Greg. I'm Emily's husband. It's a pleasure to be able to take a few minutes to talk about Emily. She's really a special person, and I'm traveling right now, so she's home taking care of our family, taking care of our home, and I really appreciate her support while I'm traveling. But I am taking this video in my hotel room, so you can see my bed in the background, which I apologize for. That makes and it's not that great of a hotel room. That's kind of funny, ceiling and curtains, but nevertheless, so here I am, and I'm excited to share some things about Emily. She's really a unique and special person, and I just first of all, I remember the very first day that I met Emily, like years ago. This was in 1995, and we were up at Utah State, and she was just graduated from high school. We wound up being next door neighbors in an off-campus apartment complex, and I met her on the stairs leading up to our apartments, and I just remember this lovely, happy smile. Like, she just had this beautiful, wonderful smile, and I was struck from the first day that I saw her that this was Emily's a special person, and totally feel that way. She's really unique, and has just a really wonderful, charismatic personality, and in some ways she's actually quite different than me, and that's I think some of the reason why I was so drawn to her, and just think back to those early days, and we were friends for quite a while before we even went on a date, but even early on there, she was always fun. She's a person who likes to play games with people. She's really good at having fun, and loves to spend time doing those things. She's playful. She just sometimes gets in goofy moods, and she just does funny, goofy things, which I find just absolutely adorable. And she's just really special. And but something about Emily that some people know, and many people, it probably depends on her circles, which circle of friends you happen to be in with her, but she has a tendency to get really excited about things, ideas or projects, or like developing talents. Shortly after we got married, we moved to Boston, and I was going to grad school, but Emily had not. We met at Utah State. We got married. She was studying marketing, and she hadn't finished her degree, but it was important to both of us that she finished her schooling. So she took some classes here and there, but what she ultimately decided to do, and I should say she took some classes at Harvard. She's actually really a smart person. And anyway, but she wound up wanting to study music, and in particular singing. And she hadn't ever really sung before in her life. I think she had played like saxophone or something, maybe in middle school, or I think it was saxophone in like her school band or something. But she anyway, but she just decided that she wanted to do singing, and so enrolled in a music program, at UMass Boston, and studied singing. And of course, most people who study music in school are people who have done music all in college, have all their life. They've done whatever instrument or whatever for years and years, and she hadn't done any of that. And so she, but she'll do these things where she doesn't get afraid of like failing, especially at first. She'll dive into something and she'll get excited about it. Now she did graduate in music and with a voice focus, and she actually did really well with that. She won what was called the Book Award, which was like the highest student graduating from the music department with the highest GPA that year, and so she actually did really well with that, and has been involved in music and singing and things like that for a long time now. But same thing with many things with our family. Of course, we have 7 kids. That's a lot of kids, and she just kind of dove into that and was excited about it. Homeschooling. She dove into helping our kids with things that they've struggled with or been excited about, and it's been really fun to see that, and I really appreciate that. She, in fact, became a Davis dyslexia program facilitator because one of our kids had dyslexia, and she was just read all kinds of books and dove into that, and became someone who could be a facilitator for this dyslexia program. So now she helps lots of people with dyslexia, and it's really amazing. She's got a real talent for teaching and helping people overcome some of these challenges and really use them to their advantage, the gifts that come with some of these things that often are viewed as challenges. And that kind of brings me, and actually, speaking of getting excited about things, you should ask her sometime, if you have a chance, if you know Emily, you should ask her about the Hopewell Native American mounds and ask her about those. That's another area of excitement that has caught her interest in, and it's really fun to kind of explore these things that she's excited about with her. It's a pleasure for me to hear what she's thinking about. But in terms of in pickleball, that's another one. She went out and played pickleball with some friends, and she came home and she was like, this has got to be part of my life. And so that was really fun, and certainly has been something that she has found a lot of joy from. And I don't think I've ever seen her happier than when she's been playing pickleball. Both the exercise, the challenge, the competition, the friendships, the things that she has done there. It's something that fits her really well. And in fact, people in general, she are really important to her. She enjoys people. She's an extrovert. She makes friends easily and has lots of friends, and is kind of a natural community builder, which I think has been something that has happened with her with pickleball. I think she's got many pickleball contacts. She helps organize play frequently with friends of hers, and she really has kind of become a community builder, and that's something that comes naturally to her. She not only is a community builder in pickleball, but that's just something that is natural for her. That people, with her, her personality and her charisma, people are drawn to her. They enjoy spending time with her. She's fun. She's really a fun person, and she enjoys that. She enjoys organizing things and organizing people, and she really watches out for people. She wants people to be included in it. I know that when she's organizing play, and it's like, okay, you need 4 people or 8 people or 12 people or whatever, she it really bugs her when to leave someone out, and so she, that's something that she struggled with, and like, oh no, we can only, we need 12 or we need 16, but 13 is not really a good fit, and that I think has been something that's been hard for her. But she just wants to be inclusive, and she really just loves people, and it's really a sweet thing about her. She also just has a natural desire to take care of people. She'll often stop and give people, money or food on the side of the road, or like helping them out. I remember I think we were coming, this was years ago, we were coming home from her brother's wedding, and we were dressed in our church clothes, or nice clothes, and she had this really nice long coat on. This was in the kind of winter or springtime or something. Anyway, it snowed, but it was warm enough that the snow was melting. It was kind of muddy, and someone was stuck off the side of the road. And Emily's like, oh, we need to stop and help them push themselves out. And we were all dressed in like her really nice clothes. And anyway, so out we go, and we get out because Emily wanted to help these people, which is great, and I think is great. But we help push to try to get them out, and I think we got them out. But in the meantime, she'd gotten splashed some mud up on her coat, which never did come out. But that's just the kind of person she is. She just really is willing to sacrifice for people who have a need, and she just that's just a part of her, that she just wants to help people and wants to feel connected to people, and that's a really a special thing about her that I think is wonderful. The other thing, and I think this is just kind of related to all these things, is Emily is a really sincere, transparent person. She isn't somebody who says one thing but thinks another. Her emotions just come out of her. If she's happy, you can tell. If she's frustrated, she'll usually let you know, or at least she lets me know. If she's angry or upset or whatever the emotions are, whatever she's feeling, they just come out. She's just a transparent, honest, really an honest person, and she just is she is just genuine. She just is who she is, and that's special. Not I think a lot of people are try to put on a facade of someone, who they are, but Emily really is who she is, and that's a unique thing, and it's a special thing, and she's really it's really wonderful. She has a sincere relationship with God. She is a religious, a spiritual person, and her relationship with her Heavenly Father is an important part of her life. And that's sincere, and it's genuine, and it's really something special that I think that I admire, and I just think that's really an important part of her, and I think she would tell you that too. That of all these things, that's something that is always a guide for her, is that relationship with God, and that's really special. There's lots and lots of stories that I could tell. We've been married for 27 years, and we've spent a lot of time together, and in many ways we know each other very well, and we've grown individually and together in some ways that are important, but I do remember, just the day that we got married, that I just felt like I was the luckiest person in the world to be able to marry somebody with like Emily. She just really is a unique and special person. She loves people. She's kind to people. She wants to help them. That's a natural part of her that just comes out. And Yeah, in fact, she's also competitive, and I just so she like in pickleball, she wants to beat people, but she also just wants to help people, and so it's just this interesting thing to see kind of behind the scenes of what's going on with her. And so so she's competitive, but also loves, so she, like whether she wins or loses, she always really, the people she's playing with are really important to her. And so anyway, I just she's a special, wonderful person, and I just, I'm not, I hope that more people get to see her and become friends with her. She's just a special person and a good friend and to people. And so those are my thoughts. I if there's anything else that I can share, I'd love to. And I appreciate you putting this interview together for her. I think that you've seen some of the uniqueness and the specialness of Emily, and that's why that's why you're talking with her. So anyway, well, and certainly if there's anything else that I can provide, please let me know. Would love to help support you and support Emily with this experience for her. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.
I just want to say thank you so much. Thanks for your kind comments. Thank you so much for being in my life, and I just really value you and appreciate you. Thanks a million. Thanks for being in my pickleball world too. And I also would just like to take a second and just thank some people, some who are close to me that have really helped me just along this whole journey, like in life, but also in pickleball. So first of all, I just have to thank my husband, Greg. There is literally no way I would be doing any of this without him. We have 7 kids. He's home with my kids while I'm playing. He is cooking often. He's running kids places, being Mr. Mom sometimes when I'm doing this. And I am profusely thankful for his support. And it's not always easy, honestly. It's busy. It's busy. Our lives are busy and there's a lot happening. And him allowing me the time to grow and flourish in this way, it does take time, but he sees that I'm happy and he supports it. And I'm just so thankful. So Greg, thank you. I love you. A million thank yous for everything. And then I would also just like to thank my parents, my kids. My dad has really just supported me always in my sports. He still comes to all of my tournaments now. Like, we go to the tournaments and he has more friends than I do. Like, they all know, everyone knows him because he's always there. And they always ask about him. And my kids have been super supportive, and there's things they've done on their own sometimes. And sometimes I've missed a few things because I've been off playing. And I just want to say thank you to my kids. I love you. You're like the shining stars of my life. And so thankful for just so many of my peers and my pickleball friends in the community. There are some key people that have come in and helped me out at certain times that have been invaluable, and just so many wonderful people. So really, I just cannot say thank you enough. And just last, I would just have to say, I absolutely feel like God's hand is in me playing pickleball. And in everything else. And I could do none of it without him. So I'm truly thankful to God for guiding me in this path, giving me opportunities, helping me feel joy, and helping me grow. So I'm super thankful for that. So,
Epic Baller, All Things Pickleball TV, Emily Nielson, amazing. You know what we do. You know how we do it. Epic Baller on the ride.